All right, in the last video, in the topic of data cleaning, we showed you how to get rid of the data's columns that we didn't want, some ways to shorten down some of these columns that we might not have wanted, and now let's see about importing into R. So let me go ahead and start up the R program here. And you notice that my R program comes in blue. Yours probably comes in white. It makes it easier for me to read. It also makes it easier to read on podcasts. Require R commander, RCMDR. I could have also said library R commander. And it'll load my required packages. And there's my R commander. Do I have any data sets? I do have some data sets that are in my R commander, but I don't care about those for right now. So I have this data set called my small data. So I want to get it into R commander. So I'm going to import from a text file, call it my small data, my small data. It's on my local file system. Watch out for clipboard. It cannot be your friend. Use the local file system. The field separator. Okay, I save this as a comma separated file, a CSV. So I'm going to select commas. Decimal point character. I don't have any of those. Normally you just leave it as a period. If you're in the US, if you're in Europe, you use a comma. So click OK. I'll have this thing pop up that says go find your data there, Bob. So I've got to go find my data. Ooh, where is my data? Is it in BoxSync? Yes, it is. It's in my class Social Work 5537, spring of 18. It's in survey. Oh, wow. It is in data exports, maybe. My small data, right there it is. I select it, click OK, and it says you had a problem, Bob. So what was the problem? Line 14 did not have 15 elements. Okay, so it stopped at line 14, which did not have 15 elements. So what does that mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so it was expecting in line 14 to have more data. And we don't know why it showed up that way. Line 14 did not have 15. Let's try this another way. We'll save this as a Excel workbook. And then we'll come over here, try importing it again. This is the kind of stuff that happens when you do research. You just got to keep working away at it. So this is coming from an Excel file. My small data. Variable names are in the first row of the spreadsheet, yes. Row names are in the first column of the spreadsheet. No, I do have an ID, but that's a variable. Convert character data to factors. I want to do that. And then missing data indicator is an empty cell. So click OK. Now I'm going to go find my small data Excel file, cross my fingers, and click OK. And this time it imported correctly. So this is one of the rare times when I've had a Excel file import correctly when a CSV file wouldn't. So something was going on in here in line 14, which would have been this line right here, I think, that it didn't like. It wanted to see something that it didn't see. And for the life of me, I can't see what it didn't like. And but that's the way it goes sometimes with statistical stuff. So I have 15 columns with 217 rows. I always just like to do a basic summary after I import my data, just to get an idea. Did it import OK? So the age looks OK to me. Gender looks OK to me. We can see that somebody did one transgender person in there. We might consider going in and getting rid of that. We've got race. We've got 2 Asians and Pacific Islanders. We may want to go back into our data set and see if we need to get rid of that. So there's still potentially some data cleanup that you might want to do. We might also consider going back and changing our data set a little bit more, tweaking it. Since we know that we have a separate variable called Hispanic, and we don't have a separate ethnicity variable for Hispanic, which is, in my mind, questions the cultural competence of the people who created this survey, because we have Asians out there who consider themselves Hispanic. Hello, people from the Philippines. We have blacks out there who consider themselves to be Hispanic. Go to Puerto Rico. A lot of people there consider themselves Hispanic. And if they consider themselves to have a race, they'll consider themselves to be black or white or indigenous or Asian or whatever. So anyway, looking at my other thing, this social work level, 15 BSWs, 70 MSWs, and then all the rest of those imported as NA. So that imported good. Years of employed, 3 people didn't answer. Years in social services, 14 people didn't answer. Ooh. One person's been working for 45 years in social services. Then we have all the various jobs. Again, I would have cleaned all those up ahead of time. All right, so that was basic importing. Data cleaning, renaming variables using R, is the title of this humble little podcast. All right, get rid of you. Where's my R commander go? All right, in our last podcast, I ended right here. You don't need to see what I've been Googling about how to use the OSX. I said, well, maybe I could go back and change in Excel and re-import Asian and Pacific Islander into something a little smaller. Get rid of the comma non-Hispanics from the black and the white, and then go from there. I can do all that in R if I want to. How, you might ask? Well, it's pretty simple. Let's go in here to Manage Variables in Active Data Set. And we'll click OK. So we want to do race. We want to find race. There you are, race. So that's the variable that we want to recode. The new variable name, we can call it new race if we want to. And then we set about changing. Oh, we can't copy and paste at this level. Arg. All right, so we need to type in our directives. So Asian / Pacific Islander in quotes equals in quotes API. And then you put a colon, semicolon mark, excuse me. And then you want to change quote black, comma, non-dash capital Hispanic in quotes to black, colon, oops, semicolon, Hispanic, we're going to leave that the same. Multi-race, we're going to leave that the same. Other, we're going to leave that the same. Whoops. Capital white, comma, non-dash Hispanic equals white. And we're going to cross our little fingers. And now we've got 16 columns. So let's do a new quick view of our data set. So here's my new column over here at the far right, new race. Something didn't work right. The white non-Hispanic didn't work right. What did I do wrong? Let's go in here and look at white non-Hispanic. Ah, I had an extra E in there for some reason. So, simple enough. I just edit that. It's nice when I make mistakes because then I can show you the quick and easy way to correct them. So I just select the new data set. Select that most recent command formula, and I hit submit again. Nothing changed. Let me view my data set again. Let me come over here to the, and there we go. Hispanic, API, white, black, multi-race, and there should be another or two thrown in there. Excellent. So I've gotten that. So let me clean up my data set just a little bit by getting rid of the old one that I don't need anymore. So we can do that by getting rid of MSD. Then that little funny arrow sign that R likes to use. You can also use the equal sign. Whoops, MSD $, and that was race. then that funny little $sign, and then just put the word null and hit submit. And let me run my summary statistics again, and you can see that the old race is no longer there, and now we just have new race. So little tricks about cleanup in R using R Commander. And that's enough for today. I'll probably be using this data set to do some examples of statistics moving forward.